What is it that stays with us when we finish a film? Stunning cinematography, great performances, and poignant writing all make an impression. But ultimately, it is the atmosphere, the distinct world and unique evocations of a great film that stay with us even when the screen goes dark. While cinema has at its disposal a myriad of ways to create atmosphere and communicate emotion, it is the unification of various inspirations and tools into a singular vision that determines the impression a film has on us. From the contemplative poetry of Tarkovsky to the colourful world of Wes Anderson, the effect of a unified work is unmistakable and uniquely compelling when executed by great artists. Such filmmakers are often referred to as auteurs. As a lens through which we can regard filmmaking, auteur theory originated in the periodical Cahiers du Cinéma. From influential directors of the French New Wave like Jean-Luc Godard and Éric Rohmer to modern directors like Mia Hansen-Løve, many directors have written for and been deeply influenced by the hallowed columns of this seminal film magazine. But perhaps one of the most influential examples of an artist with an authorial style lies in the work of an artist who preceded the invention of film, the composer Richard Wagner. Wagner epitomized the desire to produce unified works of art, so much so that he even had a word for it, and wrote a book comprehensively outlining his artistic philosophy in 5 major sections. Wagner authored not only his own mode of artistic creation, but in the final chapters of the book, he even outlines the artwork of the future and the artist of the future, as he saw them. And while almost every work by Wagner shows at least the workings out of this incredible vision, its paragon is his 15-hour 4-opera epic, for which he wrote the hundreds of pages of libretto, designed every minute detail from the staging to the costumes, and even had an entire theatre built specifically for the staging of this one work. Perhaps even the phenomenon of modern film franchises, like the Lord of the Rings trilogy and Star Wars, were to some degree presaged by Wagner's monumental multi-operatic achievement. You may recognize this piece from countless appearances in films and TV shows, but you might not know that it was written by Wagner as the opening to the second part of the Ring cycle, the Walküre. But Wagner's influence on film reaches even farther than this. Take the prelude to Wagner's opera Tristan and Isolde, for instance, written 120 years before Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo was released. In this piece, we hear the preeminent echoes of Vertigo's soundtrack, the potent longing of the rising semitones, the timbre charged with mystery, and the menacing suspense of those silences. In a piece like the Tristan Prelude, it's clear that Wagner possessed an unparalleled ability to wield music as a means of touching his audience. Musicians and musicologists have long admired, deconstructed, and analyzed the mechanics of Wagner's music. But the most astounding aspect lies not in how its components have been assembled, but rather, the power of this music lies in its ability to move us. Wagner's understanding of art and our relationship to it allowed him to compose music that in turn orchestrates the chorus of expectations, disappointments, and desires that sing within us all. It is perhaps this transcendental aspect of Wagner's work which has had the most profound effect on its listeners, and in turn the many artists who have come after Wagner. His artistry reaches beyond what must have been seen as the immersive potential of an entire art form. Wagner's revolutionary ability to create haunting harmonies, cataclysmic peaks, and his ingenious use of motivic transformation are mere markers of the deeper genius and impact of his inimitable style. His is a style which communicates directly with the part of us that is touched by beauty. In the dedication of the tone poem Siegfried Idyll to his wife Cosima, Wagner writes of the Idyll in Triebschen. We need only listen to the opening strains to imbibe of that idyllic atmosphere. Where he writes of Fidi's birdsong, we are given an understanding of the way in which music permeated his experiences, and where he speaks of the orange sunrise, we can see the wellspring of light and color residing, hidden, in every note and at the beginning of a new day.